So before I get a little bit into trusts, I'm not sure how much anyone knows about trusts, and I try not to get too complicated because trusts can be really, really complicated, and especially if you're doing it for tax purposes. Let's say you're worth millions of dollars and you've got potential estate tax complications, a trust can be super, super complicated. I'm not going to talk about those kinds of trusts right now. What I'm going to talk about is the trust that really has no bearing on how much money is involved. It's really in place because you want distributions to happen in a certain way to a certain individual who may have special needs, who may be young and immature, who for whatever reason you just don't want them to have everything that they're ultimately going to be entitled to all at once. That is a really good reason for having a trust. Like you have your grandchildren, you want money to be used for their education. You say, I know it's going to cost $15,000, $20,000 a year for them to go to this Jewish day school, and you know what? I want to help with that education, but that's all I want my money to go to. I don't want them to get $100,000 all at once. Their parents blow it, they blow it, it's gone. So a trust gives you an ability to designate who you want to handle that money and the way you want that distribution to be made over a period of time. Now, I'm not one to believe in making money last till someone's, we call it dead hand control, but till that person is deceased, unless there are special circumstances. But typically the age ranges of distributions of 25, 30, 35, 40, depending on the level and the amount of money involved. These things vary dramatically, and the sky's the limit on the terms that can be put in place. But very common things are values in education, values in religious preferences of distributions. It happens very frequently. Some people, they value the bar mitzvahs, some of the weddings, summer camp, things that are culturally important to them. They want to make sure those things are funded. We can do all that in a trust. It also can be protecting of the assets. I think you get the general gist of that, and there's a variety of trusts like revocable, irrevocable trust, testamentary trust. We don't really need to get into the nitty-gritty of all of that. Testamentary trust is something that's created in your will, so it only kicks in under certain circumstances. A revocable trust is something that's created by you that you can revoke at any time, amend at any time while you're still alive and capable, but an irrevocable trust is something you can't do that with. Once you've created it, it's locked in. Reasons for doing that would be tax savings, where you're getting something like finances out of your dominion and control, so that the IRS isn't saying that you actually handled the money and then they want to tax you for it. You're trying to make someone else, under the terms that you've created under the trust, you want it to be held in such a way. I'm not going to get into all of the details of that, but kind of in a cursory way, trust is a really good way of protecting money for individuals that you would like to benefit from it, but don't think they can handle it all at once.